right here in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. We have a really fun event that we're going to learn about. It's an 80s themed, nerdy burlesque show. So much fun going on, and we have the events organizer here, Heather Edwards. Hi, Heather.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for being here today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
So this event sounds just like a ton of fun, like, you know, just let loose, kind of play some video games, watch a show, have a good time. Tell us a little bit about how you came up with the concept for this event.
So I do sort of nerdy kind of pop culture events at a local arcade bar called Free Play. I think they're actually just around the corner from here.
Perfect.
But they're in downtown Providence. And so I've done singles nights for them, I've done board game nights, things like that, and I have a very good friend who does burlesque, and we kind of thought to marry the two and have a nerdy themed burlesque. And we figured Valentine's Day would be the best day to do it, because more couples tend to come out to burlesque. So, and then with my singles nights things that I do, I figured, you know what, let's pair it with the singles nights, so couples come out. If you don't have something to do on Valentine's Day, or if you have nothing to do on Valentine's Day because you don't have a Valentine, come and we'll help you find one.
Yeah, there you go. So there's a lot of different components to this event. Obviously, Free Play is an arcade bar, so there's going to be some video games, obviously the burlesque performance. What are some of the other elements to the event?
So we're doing the burlesque, obviously, but the show is also going to include some singing. It's going to include some comedy acts. We're going to have a little bit of a raffle going on. Like I said, the singles event as well. And then that's all happening in their performance space upstairs. And then we're going to have a few intermissions for you to go downstairs to go play the video games. They're all free to play. You pay the $5 cover to get into the arcade, and everything is free. They've got a cash bar. They've got a full kitchen.
Nice.
So.
Sounds like a good time. So you said that you do this kind of nerd culture-based event where you incorporate nerd culture. Tell us a little bit about what do you consider to be nerd culture, and how do you incorporate them into your events?
I mean, nerd culture is a huge spectrum. I mean, I tend to try to not be as gatekeepy as possible. You know, if you consider yourself a nerd, then you're a nerd, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Yes, exactly. Own your nerdiness.
So if you like Marvel, if you say I'm a Marvel fan, but I've only watched the movies, then you're still a nerd, and don't let anyone tell you, oh, you gotta watch
no qualifications are necessary. That's cool. So this burlesque event, it's really making a big resurgence, I feel like, in pop culture today. A lot of events and event spaces are incorporating burlesque performances. How did you decide to incorporate this, and how do you feel this kind of supports this type of culture?
So, I mean, it tends to be like nerds tend to have grown up sort of maybe picked on, or, you know, it wasn't the cool thing to do. And I think a lot of that comes out in burlesque as well, where, you know, burlesque is very body positive, and they try and take people who you might not normally feel sexy or whatever and empower them to feel that way. And I think, you know, nerd culture tends to do that as well, of taking somebody who might have been, you know, beaten down growing up and being like, no, this is cool now.
Yeah, right. And because it is so creative and it really is an art form, burlesque, they're telling a story as they're doing their performance. And so it sounds like they're going to be incorporating kind of this nerd culture into their performances or their costuming. How would that work?
So all of the acts are nerd themed. So we've got a couple anime acts, we've got a couple video game acts, and then we're at an arcade, so we wanted to go kind of retro-y with it, so there's a couple retro things in there as well.
Fun.
Yeah.
This is going to be at Free Play, and we also wanted to give away a ticket to this event.
Yep.
So of course it's tomorrow night starting at 8 p.m. I believe?
So the show starts at 8.
Okay.
7 o'clock we're doing like a little meet and greet with some of the performers. They're going to be downstairs. You can take pictures and everything. And the arcade itself opens at 5. So if you want to come, grab a pizza there, grab some drinks, play some games before the show, you're more than welcome to do that.
Okay, cool. So get there early. Show starts at 8 o'clock. We're going to do a ticket giveaway. And here's how we're going to do it. The first person to tweet us at @GoLocalProv with the hashtag #NerdyBurlesque will get a free ticket to this 80s themed burlesque show tomorrow night. It's going to be a good time. Tweet us, we'll get you a ticket. It'll be waiting for you at the front door. So one of the cool things, we do have a special guest with us.
Too. We have Gilted Lily with us.
Gilted Lily, so she's going to be performing tomorrow night as part of the burlesque.
Yep, she's going to be performing, and she's also kittening for the rest of the performers.
Kittening, so this is a thing. This is a burlesque. We'll talk to Gilted Lily about this. But yeah, so she's going to be performing, and we're going to chat a little bit with her about that aspect. So Heather, thank you so much for being here and talking about the event. We're going to now swap with Gilted Lily.
Yep, I'll go get her.
All right, thank you so much. Come on out. Hello. Oh, you look so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. So do you. I love your outfit.
Thank you. Oh, okay, Gilted Lily. So you are a burlesque performer. You've done this before. Tell us a little bit about what the show Kitten does for burlesque shows. I love this. I love what the whole concept, because obviously you have an inherent problem because the performers take off their clothes, now they're hanging out all over the floor. So how do we solve that problem?
So the stage kitten is generally sort of a sexy stagehand. We usually dress up and
Come a little closer to me. Excuse me. There we go. I know, we are awkwardly close. There's no personal space
I mean,
here.
I'm always awkward, so
Okay,
it's
perfect.
okay. So the stage kitten is a stagehand. First and foremost, we dress up just because it's part of the, I don't know, it's just sort of
Part of the aesthetic.
yeah,
and part of the-
exactly.
yeah.
And so it's my job as a stage kitten to set up acts, clean up afterwards. So I take care of the clothes so the performers aren't,
Tripping,
picking up
falling.
or picking up their own
that's
clothes.
true, yeah.
And then, the stage kitten also is there to fill stage time if necessary, be a runner, get dancers water, just sort of be a general personal assistant.
Yeah.
So, and it's actually a job that I really enjoy doing.
Well, it's you have to have a lot of different skill sets. Like you said, you do have to have the charisma and this performance aspect of it, because you are a sort of part of the performance, and if you have to fill space, you have to be able to, take the stage.
Right. But it's also, as a stage kitten, I've seen a lot of kittens that have a hard time letting the dancers have the spotlight.
Oh, yes.
So you got to make
There's
sure
an
that
art to it, yes.
you're careful.
And you're also going to be performing, so you're going to be singing
Yes.
in the show tomorrow. So tell us a little bit about what your, showcase will be.
So I am going to leave this song a surprise.
Okay,
but
no
it's,
spoilers.
But it is silly and ridiculous, and it's from the 80s, and I don't know if I would call it nerdy as much as I would call it dorky.
Great. Love it. Nerdy and dorky, they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, just singing.
perfect. This sounds like such a fun event. It really does sound like a good time. Gilted Lily, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Again, this is going to be at free play. All the information will be on our website. GoLocalProv.com. We do have our free ticket giveaway. Don't forget, first person who tweets us at GoLocalProv with the hashtag #NerdyBurlesque gets a free ticket to the show tomorrow night. Gilted Lily, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Have a great show tomorrow night.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care. So up next in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center, I'm very excited to speak with this musician. She is extremely